Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. Welcome to the Final Cut. So glad you could join us today. We've got a classic tale told in a unique setting. Yes, we're looking at Aladdin 3477, The Jinn of Wisdom, directed by Matt Bush, giving us the story of Aladdin, who's a thief and does odd, kind of illegal jobs here to try to survive in this world that he lives on. And we see how on one job he ends up crossing paths with a princess who he becomes very enamored with. But before anything can really happen, Aladdin has to run from the law enforcement and the princess is whisked away. Well, soon Aladdin finds himself caught up in the political motivations of a certain individual who wants Aladdin, knowing he's a thief, to go after a lamp. And you know the story from here. Aladdin gets the lamp, but he ends up taking off with it and soon meets the Jinn of Wisdom. And we see how Aladdin tries to keep the Jinn of Wisdom out of the bad guy's hands while also trying to figure out how to meet the princess. Yeah, and that's the story. You know the story of Aladdin. So this story, I thought, was well done. I like seeing this classic tale put into the sci-fi futuristic setting, and they do very well in setting up that you're in the future here. Matt Bush really doing well with the production design, droid designs. We've got a lot of practical sets in here, and costuming for sure was fantastic in here, and everything, it really feels otherworldly, like at least in the future, if not alien. And so they accomplished that feeling for sure. Also, kind of still giving you that Market Street feel where a lot of things are kind of claustrophobic, working within their budget, yet still making it feel, new and different and sci-fi-ish. So Matt Bush accomplishes that very well. He also accomplishes that with Aladdin's buddy, who is a droid instead of instead of a monkey. He's got a robot who helps him out. And I thought the design and the interaction and the way it blended in with the environments and everything looked really good too. There are some spots where the special effects are still a bit sketchy. I mean, we're working on a limited budget here, but they definitely have a larger scope than I expected them to go to. Aladdin, played by Eric Steele, has that charisma you're looking for from this character. You can see how people would want him not to be caught, and he's got that kind of good rogue personality too, kind of a Han Solo-ish type of feel. Though he does make it own, you can see some influences from past sci-fi good guy, gray area rogues being brought forth in Eric Steele's Aladdin. Now, Aaron Goldmatis plays the Jinn of Wisdom. He was hilarious. I loved his character, his interaction with Aladdin, his dialogue and everything. He felt like the Jinn, this guy who is like, dude, just make a wish already. So yeah, really well performed by Aaron, and he has some good banter with Eric. We've got Christy Dumar in here playing the Princess Kamala. And interesting character. She's got her own motivations, her own arc of sorts that's different than what we're used to seeing in the Aladdin story, but a very interesting one. She isn't just the damsel in distress unless she wants to be, but she could also hold her own and take care of herself. So a very, dynamic character that Christy Dumar plays. And it'll be interesting to see where she goes with this. And that was probably my complaint with this, is that with our character moments and everything in between the extensive action scenes, everything is like a setup, because this is intended to be part of a trilogy, and unfortunately this feels like a setup for a trilogy. So there is not as much happening with your characters and the story as you might like, but in between all those moments are extensive, well choreographed stunt work, prop involved action scenes with martial arts. And they're extended too. I didn't expect them to go for quite as long as they did for an independent film, but I was glad they did, because they were so well done and you could see what's going on. Lin Zai plays Umi, who is kind of the protector of Aladdin. Even if he didn't quite ask her to do that, she is badass. She does the most badass fighting and special martial arts and such, and I just loved every scene she was in. I really loved the Umi character, but what's even more interesting is not only did Lin Zai do the fighting and acting in front of the camera. She's also the makeup artist, which the makeup looked fantastic in here. So the aliens look like aliens and everything, but also the costume design, which is also one of the standout elements of this. So this film has a lot of great elements on a scale that I did not expect for an indie sci-fi film. I just wish it wasn't written so much as a first feature in a trilogy, because it really feels like that, and it took away some of that for me. This almost would have done better as a limited series, I think, but you know, it is making me look forward to the second one and seeing where they're going with these characters, especially the Princess Kamala character. So there you have it, Aladdin 3477, the Jinn of Wisdom. If you do see this, let me know what you think of it. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Like, subscribe, and all that here. Help us get to 4,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. Can only do that with your help. So thank you for watching, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.